thanks for clicking on the video. Hit the subscribe button for more weekly content, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. So we finally get to meet the legendary Tsunade. How the group handle her this time? What's good, peeps? What's poppin'? How are you doing? Welcome to a brand new What If video. Throughout this particular series, we've seen quite a few deviations from the original story since giving Hinata the Nine Tails. Though the story at its core still remains the same, with Naruto still being the primary focus, we get to see just what might occur if his future wife was bestowed the same powers as him. So far, it allowed her to progress at a rate that would even rival his own. No longer is she just a supporting character, but someone who can make an impact in her own way. In the previous part, we saw her deny the Rasengan training in favor of something that would actually benefit her. Hinata did admire Naruto, but she didn't want to become a carbon copy of him. It would be through her own journey that she would become a ninja he could be proud of. If this part gets 15 likes, that journey will continue into part 10. We left off last time with the pupils of the Toad Sage in the beginning stages of their training. Naruto with the Rasengan, and Hinata with the Dragon Flame Jutsu. As the days pass, Naruto breezes past the first two steps and has begun the final phase of learning it. As for Hinata, while she understands the concepts of nature transformation and the technique, she has yet to produce so much as a flame. Occasionally, she might spit out a little ember, but that's about it. It was certainly disheartening to say the least. This lack of progress reminded her of her days back training with her father. Though Hinata was nowhere near as strict as her father, Hinata still felt like she was letting him down. However, training for the both of them would need to wait, as Jiraiya has located the whereabouts of Tsunade. The trio set off to retrieve her, but little do they know that someone else was also after her. Orochimaru. His encounter with the third Hokage left his arms completely useless, and it was his plan to persuade his former teammate to heal him. Just like before, Orochimaru and Kabuto make it to Tsunade first, and they continue on with their exchange that they had in the original story. Orochimaru manages to exploit Tsunade's fear of blood in order to coerce her into healing him. His 1 week offer is still given, and Tsunade and Shizune return to a bar where they run into Jiraiya and his students. News of Hiruzen's death is confirmed, but she still refuses the offer and ridicules the past Hokages. This again leads to the fight between her and Naruto. She still manages to overpower him with one finger, and events play out the same as before. He has 1 week to master the Rasengan. However, he's not training alone. Though not part of the bet, Hinata joined him as well. After about 3 days, Naruto had all but mastered the technique. He just needed it to work consistently. But his partner still struggled, still no flame. He saw how distraught it made her, so he asked her what was wrong. Back at the academy, ninjutsu never made her struggle this much. Holding back tears, Hinata claimed that she simply had to get stronger. It wasn't enough to be the host of the Nine Tails. Right now, the village is relying on their strength to bring Tsunade back. But back at the hotel, the Akatsuki, along with seeing just how powerful Tsunade is, she felt like she can't measure up. Naruto heard this and understood where she was coming from, and in order to protect everyone, she placed it upon herself to become stronger. Yet, that pressure also brought forth some sort of inferiority complex. Being the type of guy he is, he simply told her she had nothing to worry about. In his eyes, he's a better ninja because of the things she was able to teach him. If it weren't for their years together, learning the Rasengan in less than a week would have been impossible for him. At that moment, he genuinely thanked Hinata for allowing him to get this far, and he hoped they'd always be together. Obviously, that last comment made her as red as could be, but Naruto being Naruto, had no clue why. He placed his hand on her forehead, thinking she might be getting sick, but Hinata quickly backed away, regained her composure, and assured him she was fine. As a matter of fact, because of his words of encouragement, she felt better than ever. She felt so good, she wanted to try something. After getting into position, after a deep breath, Fire Style! Dragon Flame Jutsu! And a vicious stream of flames flowed from Hinata's mouth and incinerated a nearby tree. Granted, it was nowhere near as intense as Jiraiya's, but she actually did it. Well, would you look at that? You said you would do it, and you did. Congrats, Hinata. You passed. The Toad Sage had been watching from a distance and was clearly proud of the progress being made. In less than a week, both his students have learned pretty advanced jutsu that will only make them better. This generation of ninja, especially these two, will definitely grow into a formidable force. Jiraiya was proud to be able to witness this firsthand. However, he wasn't the only one. Tsunade was also there, still hidden in the forest like before. She not only didn't expect Naruto to perfect the technique in 3 days, but she also didn't expect to see Hinata, who showed little drive in their previous interactions, to train just as eagerly. Just what is driving this girl? With a few days left before the end of that bet and her meeting with Orochimaru, Tsunade decided to find out. The next morning, Naruto and Hinata left the hotel to head to their usual training spot. From a short distance away, Tsunade gestured for Hinata to follow her instead. Clearly, the young ninja was confused, but did so anyway, telling Naruto she'll catch up with him soon. Tsunade took Hinata to a local bar, and after a drink or two, she began her questioning. So, what's your story, kid? Jiraiya tells me you're a jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, just like Naruto. Hinata went on to tell her of her upbringing and subsequent exile from the Hyuga clan, as well as her years at the academy with Naruto. From Tsunade's perspective, with her Byakugan combined with the Nine Tails chakra, this young lady had the potential to be the most deadly shinobi in history, or the world's greatest medical ninja. Hinata, let me ask you something. Naruto wants to become the Hokage one day. What is it that you want to do? That was a question that hit right to her core. No one's ever asked her, so she never put much thought into it. All she cared about was getting stronger to protect those she cared about.
I guess it's no career choice, but all I want to do is protect everyone. If Naruto is the sword, I want to be the shield.
Upon hearing her answer, Tsunade let out a huge laugh heard throughout the entire building. You really got it bad for him, don't you? Of course, Hinata was too embarrassed to respond. Listen, kid, you got a good heart. Don't let anyone or anything take you off your path. Keep growing. Be that impenetrable shield. These were the first kind words she's heard Tsunade say. Maybe she's not bad at all. Hinata smiled warmly at her before returning to her training.
Naruto, Hinata, don't ever lose sight of your dreams.
Tsunade said quietly to herself before ordering another round of drinks. And that's where we'll end for today. So what do you guys think will happen? We're coming up into the climax of the Search for Tsunade arc. So how do you think the events would change? With Hinata knowing the Dragon Flame Jutsu, with Naruto having perfected the Rasengan earlier than expected? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, 15 likes for part 10. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.